There we go. I'm live now. Let's go ahead and get chat going here. Let's pop out chat. Okay, pop out chat is there. And we're not going to be overlaying chat since this is an ad hoc live stream. So we'll go ahead and pop that up here. And looks like somebody has popped into the view. Hey, thanks for watching. Pop in the chat. Let me know you're there. I'm just hanging out and thought I would go live and see if anybody wanted to pop in and join. I need to let my Discord folks know I'm live. Let me go ahead and do that while we're in here. They're going to be surprised because they were not expecting everything. At everyone, comma, I'm live on YouTube. There we go. And I'm an hour later than what I normally am, but that's okay. There we go. I'm live on YouTube. That's what I've just posted. I am live on YouTube. All right. We've got 2 viewers. Let me know in chat who you are if you're just hanging out. So what I'm working on is I've been fortunate. Well, I think most of you know I'm a Mega65 guy. You know, I don't think I have any cameras turned on. Let me turn on a couple of cameras here. I think this one's on over here. Let's see if my top down's on. Nope, it's not on yet. Let's go back here. Hang on. Let's see. Oh, there it is. It's on now. All right, we can do that. Let's say there we go. I've been working on this little guy right here. Oh, there it goes, all fritzing out on me. So let me change something here. There we go, and zoom in because that'll help it from there. And just some very interesting things have been going on with this Mega65. Let's see if I can get us a nice little. There we go, and get this out of here. It has been interesting. I've been working on a project, and I'm not going to reveal what that is, but I will be happy to provide more information later. I'm not going to stay live very long because I do have a video I'm working on, as I said. So who's the hello world? We got somebody saying hello world here. That is, oh, it's Evil J. Hey, Evil J, good to have you here. Thanks. I can't really, it's so tiny here that I can't see anything. But hey, per your request, Evil J, I'm live. I'm doing it just for you, man, so that you have somebody to hang out with. What project are you working on, Evil J? I know you've always got something going on in your own lab. So what do you have going on? And I'll continue to talk about my stuff while I continue to take another drink here of just water. Yes, I had some fish from Captain D's. How about that? Actually, that was yesterday. Ugh. But I threw it out and I had some tea. You know how that goes. So there we go. Let's see. Evil J says he is doing some 3D printing while playing Legacy of Ancients in... Oh, very nice. Very cool. So multitasking I see there, Evil J. Very cool. So let me just talk a little bit about the Mega65 here, some of the things that have been going on. So I do have a project that they have sent over to me, and I will be creating a video, a prepared video, first of all, to introduce this thing that I'm not going to talk about. And I got to be very careful because it's actually on the screen over here. So let me get out of that. There we go. So again, Mega65, but as part of the process, I had to upgrade my, oh, look, I'm kind of down here. Let's get me up there. There we go. Now you can see me. I look like my little bug was on top of my head. But as part of this, I had to update my core and get the latest ROM. And it has been something for sure to get it all ready. But it's been a blast. It's been fun because I always learn more. But for the project I'm working on, again, I had to get the latest core. So what that involves, if you're interested at all, I'm not going to go through the whole process, but the Mega65 has gotten so much cooler lately. And part of that is because, let me see if I can do this, because now we can connect it to the network. So this is just a Ethernet cable going over here to a switch that I have connected to my fiber back here, gets it on my home network. But what's really cool is when you hit the shift and you hit the pound, you get this little flashy thing right here. Now, what's cool about that is that announces your Mega65 is on the network. And then there's software for Mac, Linux, PC called Mega65 Connect. You load that and you can dump files directly to your Mega65 from any PC on your network. So cool. I've been having so much fun with it. It has made things so much easier. Hey, Marsom, how you doing? Hello to you too. Again, this is just an ad hoc. I have nothing prepared. I'm just kind of sharing a little bit about what I've been working on without giving away some spoilers on a really cool project that has been part of what I'm working on today. But it is a little bit about the Mega65. So Again, going back to that, what's really nice is I'm updating my ROM and my core. I download those files. Hey, you're seeing my hands here. I download those files online from a couple like the builder.mega65.org to get the latest core. The ROM I get from files, the files host at files.mega65.org. So I gather all those, I put them on my desktop, and then I can use M65 Connect. Really cool. To shove all that to the SD card that's on, it's actually I'm using an external SD card all the way through the network from my Mac to here, and it just makes it so much easier, because it used to be we'd have to remove that SD card, plug it into the Mac over here, and then the Mac would put some weird files on it, those dot files, because that's what Macs do, and you take it out and you put it in there, and who knows if it would be corrupt or not. So having this option to just use the network has been great, because I don't worry about that corruption of that SD card. So that's been really kind of sweet. Really enjoyed that. So how do you upgrade the ROM? Well, the ROM is the easiest part. That is basically downloading the ROM. Let me go back. What do I guess I could show. I think I can show you. Let me see if I can show you. Again, I haven't prepared, so some of the things aren't working the way I had hoped they would be. Let's see if we can bring up my, I think I can bring this over here. Oh, there we go. I think that might work. So let me bring up my Mac view here. There you go. And what I did is I logged in, because in order to get the latest ROM for the Mega 65, you do have to be an owner and all that business. So, and then I came over here and I typed into the little file search, ROM. And then you get the beta ROM kernel down here, and it is up to 4.13. And that's what I had to get installed. And you can see 413 right there. If you look at in that third line in the header up there, basic 65 version, and then you see version 920.413. So that tells me I have the latest version of the ROM. So that was easy. And then I had to update the core. Now there is a new experimental core that's available. And the way you do that, I think it's a little tricky. You turn off your machine, you turn on your nose. Oh, before we do that though, what we have to do is, oh, sorry about that. Once again, transfer the core file, which I got from the builds.mega65.org, something like that. It's not that, but you just get them, or you can get non-experimentals right from the file host. But because I'm doing the latest builds, I get those from an online building site. So then it comes through here and I put the core on the SD card, and then I've got to flash that core. And so what I do is I hold down my little no scroll, I turn it on, and then we get the core screen right there. So here's where it got really interesting. For the project I was working on, I have updated the Core 0, the Mega 65 factory core, to the latest stable core. Did that, but I needed this this development core, that 149 developer core, so I put that in slot 1. Slot 1 is typically where you have the core that you're going to use most frequently, so whenever that's stable, that's probably where that will go. You'll also notice I have the C64 core on there, the MegaPet core. I think that needs to be upgraded. I think there's been a later version of that. And the way you upgrade or load a core, as you can see down below, you hit Control plus 1 or 7. So I'll just show you number 3. So Control 3. And then what I can do is I can load a core from the SD card, and you can see that core there. If I hit enter right now, that'll load that core. It's super fast. It's a lot faster than it used to be. Obviously, I'm not going to do it, so I'm going to hit stop to abort. And then I'm going to stop to abort that. But that's how you update them. But here's what was interesting. Everything was working on the project I was working on, except for sound. Sound was glitchy. So I reached out to Krleža, who said, hey, try the latest core, and that should take care of the sound glitches. So I did that. And then when I updated that, what was very interesting is I got display glitches. Lots of display glitches, missing lines, flashing, would go black and then back on. So then we tried a different, or I did. I tried a different ROM, and I could come up with an older ROM and an older core, or a newer core and an older ROM that would work, but I could never get the newest and the newest to work with my capture card. It turns out that my capture card was the issue if I upgraded to these later cores and ROMs. Again, everything was working if I didn't do that. But what was interesting is I removed that capture card because Cloner Alliance was nice enough to send me this Box Pro Pocket. I plugged that in instead, and everything worked. So there's something amiss with the older Cloner Alliance Box Pro, not the Box Pro Pocket, which is what this is, but the Box Pro, that wouldn't let that all work. So it's just odd that specifically a core and a ROM caused my Cloner Alliance Box Pro to stop working. But again, when I put the latest device on here, the Box Pro Pocket, and ran it through there, everything worked. So regardless, the thing is, everything's working. Whew, that's a lot, isn't it? Okay, so let me just see who's in chat here. I saw a couple more things pop up. Oh, there it is. If I can find my thing here. Nice. Which protocols does it support, or does it need special software? That's a good question. I'm not sure what the protocols are. You do need the M65 Connect in order for them to read or to ping each other on the network and to send files. I don't know. There are also command line tools that work, which actually the M65 Connect is software. It's a GUI for basically the command line software, which is nice. But, excuse me, there probably is a protocol. Probably anybody could build their own tool for that. I don't know that anybody wants to because those are actually good tools. So there you go. Hey, Xander, good to have you. I just saw Xander pop in. Again, I don't have the lower chat going on right now. And so just kind of sharing what's going on in my world right now. So that's it. So anyway, going back to this, once I did all of that, got that updated, the core updated, the ROM updated, everything just worked. And the sound was spot on. The video, do I still have I had a cough button. Let me see if I have that. There we go. I have my cough button. That's nice. So it was really cool the way all of that finally came together. And I'm so glad that I had this other device to try it with. I told Krleža that, when you have video capture in the mix, it's going to cause you a lot more frustration than just the general user. The general user, because when I hooked up a monitor without the capture card, everything was fine with both the modern core and the modern ROM. How confusing is this right now? You all probably don't even know what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's where we are. Again, for every user, normal users with a monitor, it's going to be fine. So that's pretty cool. What else? I was going to update you. Oh, I was going to update you on a couple of things. I wanted to let you know, especially those of you that are with me a lot of the time. Is this turned on? This is not turned on. I am going to do something pretty drastic. So I'll announce it here to this small group, and this live stream may stay live afterwards. We'll see if anybody even cares to watch it. But here's what's going to happen. Once I get, let's see if I can get my desk shot here. Once I get the video done for this Mega65 project I'm working on, all of this, every bit of this is getting a rework. I think most of you know I have been really kind of, well, it's been fine, but I've been kind of frustrated with some of the ways things are working. I think what has happened is I have completely overcomplicated all of this. No, surely somebody wouldn't overcomplicate their live stream setup. But I mean, this is bad. Look at this. Look at this. I got 2 Stream Decks. I got an ATEM Mini. I got this thing here that's capturing video. I got a Mac over here. I got plug-in. I got another monitor here. You can't see this stuff, but I got a teleprompter, an Elgato teleprompter up there. I got a camera here. I got a couple of Elgato lights, a Rode mic up here, which is what I'm talking through now. I can also plug in a lapel mic. I mean, this thing is just overly complicated. At least that's what I think. So what I'm going to do, and I've never really, I will say this, the ATEM is, granted, this is a very nice piece of kit. It's more complicated, has more features than I can possibly use. And it's very studio minded, I think. Of course, it's got the things in for YouTube and all those types of things, but it's very much ingrained in the old ways, the studios and boards and that type of thing. Well, I have a big project coming up this week at the paying gig, and it involves going live and doing some live work. And I decided to buy, you ready for this? I decided to buy the YOLO Box Extreme. Now, if you're not sure what that thing looks like, let me see if I can pull this up for you here. Let me get my browser back over here and type in the URL. YOLO Box. Oh, no, I didn't even spell that right. YOLO Box Extreme. Let's see if I can get this up here for you. You may have seen it. Here we go. YOLO Live. There we go. And let me bring it over here back to my Mac screen here. And let's pull up our Mac and take a look at it. This is what I have. Now I have a YOLO Box Pro. I've had it for several years, and I have used it for live streams. And I use it. It's great for on-the-go types of live streams, and also portable. I've used it in my workbench over on the other side, but I haven't used it to the extent that I should be using it. But it only had 4 HDMI inputs, which would not work with this setup. There's no way it would work with this setup, but check this out. The YOLO Box Extreme. Look at this guy. There are 8, count them, 8 HDMI ins, and the other important thing were 2 HDMI outs for monitoring. I need that too because the A10 Mini has that. So basically what YOLO Box has done with the YOLO Box Extreme is created a portable, more suited for live stream version of the A10 Mini ISO, or the A10 Mini Extreme ISO. There we go. It does a lot of stuff. I mean, it'll also record ISO. It has 8 inputs. It's got on-screen lower thirds graphics. You can play video, something you can't do from the A10 Mini Extreme without an accessory. I can put video on an SD card and play video. It's more self-contained, more compact, and that, my friends, is what I am going to be oh, here's some more features. That is what I'm going, it's basically an Android box, as you can see, but that's what I'm going to use to replace all of this stuff right here. And it'll be a single box, and it'll be close to me right here where I can see your chats instead of squinting up here to find your chats. All I have to do is tap on a chat and it pops up on the screen. I can set multi-views. But here's the other thing that I think will be really cool. I can invite viewers to the live stream. All I have to do is send you a link. You get the link via your email. It pops up, and then you can join my live streams, which I think is going to be a cool feature. So just so many features are built in that it just made this a natural. And again, I'll be running this through its paces in a live event I'm doing with my paying gig on Tuesday. I'm excited to try it. The nice thing about the live stream on Tuesday is we've got a couple of technicians who are going to be there to help us. As a matter of fact, Jamie from Jamie's Hack Shack is going to be helping me with it too. So this is really cool. I do plan for you all, just so you know, I do plan to do a complete video. Basically that it is a video about, hey, I have taken all of this and replaced it with this. And so I'll be covering that process in a video. That video will, of course, not be on this channel, but it'll be on my secondary channel, retrocombs-tech, which is actually is growing. I'm almost there. I'm at like 808. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. But what's been amazing is I've got thousands of views on some of my videos. There are more views on there than I do on some of my stuff on my retro channel. Don't worry, I'm not going to abandon my retro channel. This is my love. The other one is just fun, and I love being able to showcase some of these other things. And I think people were getting confused because sometimes I'd share this kind of cool stuff over on the retro channel, and they get annoyed because I'm sharing that and that type of thing. So that's kind of where we are. So anyway, let's see who else looks like we got 10 folks watching. Let me go ahead and go back up here. Let's see. We have Evil J says, I'm the same way. You get into something and you want all the related toys. Evil J, you definitely have all of the toys for sure. By the way, I'm not going to be here much longer. This is going to be a short stream, so I'd love to hear from you though in chat. Pop your questions if you have questions about anything I've talked about. But would love to interact with you a little bit before I get off of here. And I will leave this live because there's other folks that may be interested in it. So let's see. Who else do we have? Xander says, Stephen is a perfectionist, full control guy. Yeah, I am a little bit of a perfectionist. You're right. Oh, going back to Evil J, though, let me say, Evil J is one of my great retroCombians, which is kind of the fun thing that if you're new here, what we kind of call our community here. I think Xander, you may have been the first one to come up with that. But the retroCombians hang out, those of who support the channel. And so if you're interested in that, go to buymeacoffee.com/retrocombs. But we have a Discord, and Evil J is probably my most prolific contributor. Just got some great stuff. But we've also started some new channels. We've got a new channel on 3D printing. We've been having a conversation about networking lately, and Evil J let me know. I'm actually thinking about creating just a networking area. And the reason I like this is we all love retro computers, but we all are very similar in that a lot of us 3D print, a lot of us like to tinker with our networks, a lot of us are IT folks, a lot of us like media and video. So I'm thinking about adding a few more channels to give us some more creative ways to share information about the different things that we're engaged in. But we got some great channels, some great contributors. So if you're interested in joining that, the only way you can join that community again is by supporting the channel. So again, buymeacoffee.com/retrocombs, and you can do it really at a very inexpensive way and support the channel. So I appreciate if you want to do that. You don't have to do that, obviously. It is a fun Discord, I will say. There's some fun stuff that happens in there. So love it. Yes, it does sound neat. I agree. Hey, there's Neil. Neil, good to have you here. And again, I'm not popping these up. I'm sorry. But I wasn't I was not prepared for that. You belly. Hey, you belly. Hey, I think you've been with us before on a live stream, right? I believe you've been on a live stream with me before. Thanks for joining. Good to have you here. And Neil saying hello to Xander. Oh, there's Martin. Hey, Martin. Martin, hopefully you can get caught up on the Mega65 stuff I was talking about. Good to have you pop in. A lot of my supporters here. You rock. Oh, I don't know if I rock, Mike. But thank you very much. Mike, I believe, have you ever been, I think this is your first live stream. Again, apologies. This is like this is what I call an ad hoc live stream where I'm just kind of sharing what's kind of going on quickly. We will have, this is my goal, a prepared live stream next week on this Mega65 project that I'm working on. So you won't want to miss that. As a matter of fact, we're going to do something really cool with it. I'm doing a prepared video that I will premiere. And then right after that premiere, you'll get a link and it will redirect you to the live stream where we will dig in even more on this surprise project. All right. So again, make sure you hit subscribe down below, hit that thumbs up, hit the alert so that you will do that. But Mike, thank you so much. I appreciate the nice comment. I like to rock. If that's, I like, never mind. That's a bad joke. Okay. There we go. Xander's welcoming. Neil, good to see you again, Neil. I'm, yep. Hey, Jerry. Jerry's been here before. Hello. Just stream hopping and saw you were live and the Mega 6. Oh, I know. If I just do this and leave this here, I'll probably get thousands of people just jump on. Everybody's going to go, what is that? Oh, or they're going to go, oh, it's the Mega 65. Or I guess I could do this view too and just do this a lot. And as people are hopping around, they can pop around. So, hey, thanks for hopping, Jerry, into this live stream. I appreciate it. Absolutely. And again, we're not going to be here long, but it's good to have you here. What else do we have? Cheerio all. I have something I need to do, but I'll be back for the next week's stream. You won't want to miss it, Neil. Trust me, you will not want to miss it. All right, so perfect. So that gets me caught up on chat, which is, oh, well, I say that, and then somebody pops the chat in, which is fine. When you use a YOLO box, the cloner Alliance box will be out of the chain. It will not. Here's why. Let me show you why that is the case, Evil J. Oh, wait, hold on. I wonder if it will eliminate the Mega 65 glitch. Well, here's the thing. The Mega 65 has a very non-standard HDMI out. So this actually has to be in. I cannot go from HDMI from here to my ATEM Mini Extreme ISO. And I believe, because it doesn't work on the YOLO box, I can't imagine it'll work for the YOLO box Extreme. Won't work on that either. It's just weird enough that the capture device, and I don't know, next week we'll probably have some Mega 65 developers in the chat room. Let's ask them specifically the details behind that. But it doesn't work directly. So what I have to do is this thing will suck in anything. As a matter of fact, there's another cable I can put on the back. I can get RCA. I can get, it's a pigtail. It's got a bunch of cables on it, but that's how I usually get in my Commodore 64s, my Commodore 128s, Timex Sinclair, ZX Spectrum, all of those that have those analog inputs. They go through that, and then I just change my input. Now this is nice too, because I get a little on-screen display here, and it records on device if I even want that. So this is a great little device. I do have a video about this. If you're interested in the Box Pro Pocket, that's on my other channel at retrocombs-tech. Retrocombs-tech. You can see my video about that device, but it is pretty sweet. I've got another one, the AV Light, that sits over there, and it's a non-HDMI capture. It's a legacy kind of capture device, so it's pretty cool. So no, it won't let me take it out, I don't believe. Oh, here's the other thing too, Evil J, that's important. If I take the HDMI out, even if the Box Pro would take the signal, it'll stretch the HDMI. This is sweet because I can change the 16:9 to 4:3 and get my aspect ratio back. So it'll convert that and then send that via HDMI back to my capture device. So again, there's a lot of advantages of this device right there for that. So hopefully that answers your question, Evil J. Let me know if it doesn't, or we can continue the conversation in the Discord. Yes, that's right, the Discord. Discord is a great place to be. Actually, I have to apologize too. I haven't been in the Discord as much, but the great thing is there's just a great community in there right now. So it's just working for us. Let's see. Oh yeah, let me go back here. So I was in here. Let me show you back to the cores for just a minute. So the factory core is the latest core that's working. You got the developmental core. Let me show you what the pet core looks like. I think we've done that in the live stream, but I kind of want to show you that this is kind of cool. The Mega65 can be a Commodore pet. Now, it can't be a super pet. I understand that's going to be a different core if they go that, but it can be a pet, and you have some options. So let me show you how that works. So I'm going to boot to the Mega Pet, which is just hitting the number 3 right here, and then it's going to boot right in. So let's do that. Let that go, and I think we get sound. I don't know if we get sound or not. Let's see. Let's space to continue. Oh, I thought we got the startup sound, but I didn't hear it. Now that could be, I just didn't set but you can see right there. And I think I can show you, let me go home here. Let me see if I can show you that. Oh, I have let's do it this way. This will be easier. Let me get rid of, this is the capture device settings, which is really cool. But right here, I have this device right here. You can see the buttons, 4:3, 16:9. So I can fix, or I should be able to fix that display, which seems a little stretched out. Let me go ahead and do that. There we go. So that we have that. And then let me move me over here this time because when I hit help, the core, you get this really neat menu. So this allows you to do those things that you need to do to play with a Commodore pet. So it's really just cool. Again, it's one of the reasons I really love the Mega65 is you have all these different cores. Now I am, as I've said over and over, the only cores I'm ever going to put on this, oh, I kind of messed up my little thing there. Yeah, well, gee, look at that. I messed everything up because I need to put some sticky on here. Let me go back over here. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the only cores I will install are Commodore cores on this thing. Now there is a ZX Spectrum, which just would be weird because the keyboard doesn't work. I'm sure at some point somebody will do an Atari. There are cores for game cabinets, which is kind of weird because you need a monitor. It's just not where I am. So what they're doing is they're taking Mr. cores. There's a Mr. to Mega65 core converter. It's either software or it's a step-by-step process. I'm not sure which. Mega65 folks are screaming at me right now saying it's one or the other, but that's there too. So they can quickly, if you have time, I guess quickly if you have time, port Mr. cores to the Mega65, which is pretty cool. So let me grab a drink here. So again, that's why my favorite retro recreation right here. I love it. I do have, and I mentioned this before, I have the Ultimate 2 Plus cartridge on a Commodore 64 over there, 64C that a viewer gave me, which has really been nice. But I also ordered the new Ultimate 64 board. So I'm torn on that Commodore 64C, and this will be a conversation in the Discord for sure. I'm looking at it over there. I should be looking at it, but I'm looking at it over there. But I'm thinking about replacing the board in my C64C with the Ultimate 64 board, because then I don't have to use the Ultimate 2 Plus cartridge. That's all, the way I understand it, that's all on the board. So it's going to streamline some of that. And then I can get more, and then I'll have HDMI out, I believe. And then we can use that for some live streams and plugging that. And so I think it's going to be more useful for me. The last thing, unless there's something in chat that we want to talk about, the last thing I'll say before I kind of hang up here is I'm also going to be changing the background. I'm not sure, if you look at my older videos, I had another background and I can look at it. It's right here. I think I can show you. Hold on, let me see. I think I can do this. Yes, I can if I don't break something. But the background before used to look kind of like, is it this one? Yeah, this right here. And it's got all of my, and it's a little messy right now. It used to be all nice and all set up. You can see I got, what do we have here? We got like an Apple II over here. We got the Apple II monitor over here. You can see ZX Spectre. Hey, there's Jamie's Hack Shack logo right there. You got a couple of, not ZX, you got TIs. You got a kit over here, PDP-10, I've never put together. Jamie's going to kill me one day. We've got a couple of Amigas. I got a bunch of junk down here and here trying to stay organized. And then you see my Commodore computers with those So Ready cases on there. But I'm thinking about going back to my original layout where this was my backdrop, obviously cleaned up. And I also like it because it also gives me, this comes up as, pulls up as an extra desk. And that's kind of nice because I can sit here and then have a computer behind me, so I could have the pet and it could be in frame and all that type of thing. So there's a lot of advantages to moving. Basically what I'll be doing is moving this whole thing around 90 degrees. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. So not only will you see a difference in technology, but you're also going to see a huge difference in the studio setup itself. So that's what's going on. Anyway, there we go. There's how long have we been streaming here? We've been streaming for about 30 minutes, and I've talked ad nauseum about stuff. So I think that's probably going to be it. Let me just check chat, see if there's any more. Anybody has any questions? There's about 11 of you hanging on. I think what I will do is I will go ahead and leave this online. Others may want to hear this update. I'll probably retitle it an update from retroCombs. That could be fun, right? Redo that. So again, lastly, before I go offline, remember, thank you for watching my little ad hoc, and see you next week where I will premiere a video on Sunday. Probably will be about 1:45, 1:50 Eastern time in the United States. Then that will transition directly into a live stream where I will share this new Mega 65 project I think you all are really going to have a blast with. We will have a blast during the live stream for sure. I'm expecting your questions. I'm expecting developers in the live stream. It will be a lot of fun. So consider this your warning. Consider this your non-spoiler preview, and look forward to seeing you there. All right, if there's nothing else from chat, I don't see anything, I'm going to get out of here. retroCombs out. Thanks for popping in for a quick 30-minute update. See you soon. Bye, guys.